Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. My folks knew that I was sitting here doing this video for you to put on Facebook or YouTube. They would really be upset at me sitting here with my robe on. Problem is, when the inspiration hits me, I gotta get to it before it leaves me. And the thing of it is I don't care about you seeing me with this robe on. Could care less about what you think about me with this robe on. I'm concerned about your peace. I'm concerned about your prosperity. And I'm concerned about your joy. And all of that is wrapped up in your believing in a spirit instead of a man. Now let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I remember growing up, just to give you an idea what kind of person I am. And I remember in my early, I think it was elementary school, we talked about Benjamin Franklin and the kite and the key and all this, trying to introduce electricity to the minds of us who were coming along. And I remember recalling, when I got wise enough to recall such as this, that men didn't have electricity. They had some fire. It came along after a while. But then God looked down on earth and said it was time that we should have light. That we really should have light. And the efforts that were made that brought the sense of the possibility of light, it was just God doing God's thing. And I'm thinking, God looked at us and said, He's going to take us out of the dark and put us into the light. And I thought that every human being on earth would have electricity. It would have lights. Same thing when Bill Gates, I don't know if he was the first one coming up with the computers or not, but he came up with what he came up with. And I'm thinking, God has blessed this man. Now every household on earth can have a computer. That's the way I'm thinking. Then I'm thinking about all of the things. Well, first of all, we can start back earlier than that. We start thinking about farmers, people who were preparing food, and I'm thinking now we can all eat. And I'm thinking about people who start making houses and stuff. Now I'm thinking we can all be housed. Then I'm thinking about people who are coming up with schools. I'm thinking, now we can all be schooled. I'm thinking about people who are coming up with hospitals and doctors' offices. I'm thinking we all have health care. I mean, my words might be getting squabbled up, ladies and gentlemen, but it's only because I'm excited about what we can do. Then I'm looking at cars. Oh, God has blessed people, and making a car, it involves a whole great big broad expression of indulgences. And I'm thinking everybody who plays a part in the creation of a car are there because they've been put there to do this thing. And now I'm excited that everybody can have a car. When they made planes, I'm thinking about now everybody can go places that they couldn't normally go because of whatever the reasons might have been. Then I was watching TV this morning, and they were talking about how with the storms and the electricity going out, they come up with this new kind of apparatus. I don't know what the name of it is, some Tecnovac or something. But it's outside of your house like air conditioner, one of those things that they put outside for the air conditioner unit. You can plug it into your house, so when the electricity go out, this thing automatically kicks on, and everything that was using electricity in your house now can continue to work. And they had a few people talking about what they had and how they didn't have to worry about this. And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm thinking, I'm seeing God said, okay, there's a lot of problems going on with electricity. The houses are getting black. Let me give somebody this idea and let them come up with an answer for these problems. And I'm thinking, the first thought hit my mind was, wow, now we can all have that. People's houses can still be lit up. And then I thought, this is not right. This thing here, the house, the food, the clothing, the cars, everything, the electricity, everything, the computers, everything that God has given us is only available to some. And what some are they? They are the some who got the money. And who are they that got the money? Those who can be used in a propagated situation that's set up by man. I'm here thinking, whoa, isn't that something? Then I'm reminded about how all of this stuff is just a camouflage, just a con game. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, This is a con game. All of this costs to have stuff that God has given us, and we have exercised our gifts and talents to bring it forth, and now we let a crook stand in between us and tell us we got to buy it, introduce money and tell us we can't do anything without money. How sick can we be? I used to be a preacher. I used to sit up in a pulpit and let people come up to me and say, "Will you pray for me? My kids need education. We need clothing. We need our bills paid." I'm listening to these people asking for all of this prayer when I know God is not going to do anything that he has already done. All you got to do is wake up. But to go along with the people, I'd pray. But that wasn't enough. I wanted people to know, don't come to church on Sunday to hear somebody sing about amazing grace. This joy I have, the world didn't give it to me and the world can't take it away. I'm born again, filled with fire and the Holy Ghost. Greater is he that is in me than is in the world. Talking about all that yank. Put with your pretty clothes on if you got some, and if you don't have them, you probably won't come into church. And you go right back out into this world and act like there is no God but man. When you come to hear me preach, I'm coming to telling you it's about change. It's not about walking in a fool and walking out a fool. Well, I guess that's why I got out of the pulpit, because the people continue to walk in as a fool and walk out as a fool. So now I preach in the streets. I preach on the corner. I preach on YouTube, Facebook. I preach in the club. I preach anywhere I can find an ear where somebody might hear. I know they're not going to hear in the church, because in the church they've been trained just like if I walk up to a person in church and say, and he's not a Russian, I can't ask him to speak Russian. Now, I did have some training in French. I walk up in a church and ask somebody to start speaking to them in French. They're not going to know what I say because they haven't had this kind of training. I walk up in a church and start talking to people about peace and prosperity and joy, and all of your answers being made and all the stuff that you're familiar with is crookery. It sounds like French to English-speaking people. They just don't hear. But to convince them that I was sincere, I committed crimes against people that I've worked for. In one case, I took $20,000 from a person that I was working for and gave that $20,000 away to prostitutes, to dopers, anybody that was out there doing something illegal, trying to survive. I gave them that money, and then I went back to the boss and told him that I had taken this money, what I did with it, and why I did it. I wanted to be arrested for doing it. And why did I want to be arrested? So I can go into the courts of the United States of America, and I can state my case, and it would be documented in the records for all times to see that I committed this act, because I am convinced that everything that I tell you about peace and prosperity is true. Knowing that if you listened, we could change this world. If you didn't listen, I'd do time. You didn't listen, and I did time. But it didn't change anything with me. I'm still here trying to tell you that God loves you, and the answer to your prayer has always been here if you could hear the Spirit. So ladies and gentlemen, be wise to what you just heard. I'm not just saying this to you. This requires an action from you. This requires an action from you. In the Dakota, that pipeline, those people didn't sit back thinking God was going to come back and fix the problem. They went out there. They gave it everything they could. When I start talking about the people who walk around in the streets with these signs and they're pissed off, they're not sitting back thinking God's going to fix this. They are putting their bodies on the line to see that it get fixed. Those who don't stop will see that it get fixed. Those who change their mind will continue going through what they've been fighting against. So I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about changing this world in the middle of this hell, and this is hell when you compare it to what it could be. When you compare it to what it was designed to be, this is hell. My mission is to create heaven in the middle of this hell, starting with one little old me. One little old me, 300 plus million in America, one little old me. 7 billion on the earth, one little old me. I know it's not just one little old me, but wherever there's another, it's just a little old me trying to do something in the midst of a big old world of hell. So ladies and gentlemen, I can't do this alone. Only thing I can do alone is what I'm doing. The process, the benefit is not coming anywhere until you wake up. You understand that? It's not going anywhere until you wake up. And if you don't wake up quick, you heard about people burning in fire, being burned up. Well, that is not new. If you could talk to the Jews that were burned up in those incinerators in Germany, the fire was there. It wasn't someplace in the center of the earth with some monkey. It was right there in Germany with people, human beings just like you and I, lighting up those things, killing those people. It was you and I. It wasn't no devil. If it was a devil, it was a two-legged devil looking just like you and I. So if you don't change yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be going through the same identical thing that they were going through. But if you change, you can go through that divine stuff. And it won't be no God that you can see. It'll be a spirit. But you will be able to see the results of it in you and I. Think about that. Bye-bye.